You are watching the Greatest American Hero Archives channel.
It's been a long time between flights, but the Greatest American Hero Archives has returned with a new video celebrating the 45th anniversary of the series. It's hard to believe 45 years have passed since the series' debut on March 18, 1981 on the ABC television network. Let's take a look at one of the earliest promos.
Take heart, America. Help is on the way. The greatest American hero is coming.
That promo was the first version to air and was the start of one of the most aggressive promotional campaigns in the history of ABC. In the 3 weeks before the premiere, the network aired promos for the pilot nearly 200 times according to court documents filed by Warner Brothers against ABC. Warner, holding the copyright to Superman, claimed the greatest American hero infringed on their rights to the legendary comic book character. While the studio was not successful in keeping the series off the air, it did cause licensees to back away, which is why the public wasn't bombarded with hero lunchboxes, school folders, Maxwell gun and badge play sets, and other items normally associated with a television series. Getting back to the details of the promotional spots, there were 5, 10, 20, and 30-second promos. Most were slight variations of one another, although some contained scenes with the cast specially shot for the ad campaign. Some promos even contained flying effects not seen in the pilot or series. Let's take a look at the teaser that ran at the beginning of the pilot.
Ralph Hinckley. On Monday, he was a normal American guy. Yesterday, he had a close encounter and found himself the proud owner of Long Johns, a cape, and a set of instructions.
Please, come again.
The suit's in the car. I lost the instruction book. Butterfingers.
And tonight, he becomes the greatest American hero. Almost. Try explaining that to the woman you love.
Good God, Ralph. Superpowers.
To your son.
Yes.
And to a fast-talking FBI agent.
Kid, you really are hopeless.
Ralph Hinckley will try to crush the forces of evil as no man before him.
This was a practical joke. See, I'm not crazy. See, this was a practical joke.
He may be unable to leap tall buildings in a single bound. He may be slower than a speeding bullet. And he may be less powerful than a locomotive. But give the poor guy a chance. He's working on it.
I knew it. I knew you'd be there.
America, your patience is about to pay off. The greatest American hero has finally arrived. Next.
The final close-up shot in the teaser of Kat flying on the blackout stage was seen in several promos but did not make the final edit of the pilot. ABC's intense promotional campaign paid off. The pilot movie came in at number 4 for the week out of 63 programs with a national rating of 23.8 and a 35 share. The series would generate high numbers throughout season 1 and was the darling of the network, which translated into featuring the series and its cast prominently in the Now is the Timefall preview campaign. Sadly, its status with the network didn't last. However, that's the subject for a future video, so let's switch gears and onto something more fun. Here at the Archives, we thought the anniversary would be a good time to look at a few of the locations seen in the pilot. Let's start with the dune buggy chase at Indian Dunes in Valencia, California. Many TV series from the 1980s have filmed in this area. Airwolf, The A-Team, Knight Rider, Voyagers, Blue Thunder, and Matt Houston, just to name a few. This is also the location of the tragic helicopter crash that occurred during the filming of Twilight Zone, the movie. Hero would film in this and other areas around the dunes during its 3-season run. Some of the other episodes are Here's Looking at You Kid, Plague, Now You See It, Heaven is in Your Jeans, and several others. The flight over Los Angeles credit sequence from the pilot was a popular piece of footage at Cannell Productions. It can also be seen in the second season episode, Who's Woo in America, and in the Hardcastle and McCormick first season episode, The Crystal Duck. Greatest American Hero footage was also seen in other Cannell-produced television series. That will be a subject in a future video. There's actually a lot more to be said about the pilot movie. If you would like to hear an Archives commentary for the full length of the pilot, please let us know in the comments section. Several locations were used for Whitney High throughout the series, depending on the need and what sites were available to film at. For the pilot, Polytechnic School in Pasadena, California was used for exteriors and some interiors. Check out this shot of Ralph with Ray Buck, and now here is roughly the area of the courtyard we can see in the background of the screenshot. The diner where Ralph and his students encounter Bill Maxwell is Cadillac Jack's Cafe and is located in Sun Valley, California. The nighttime desert scenes with the school van were a mixture of real locations and a blackout stage at Paramount. Same goes for scenes with Maxwell's car, but the spaceship shots when the duo first encounter the craft were shot with the Magicam process on a blackout stage dressed to appear as a desert location. The Hinckley home is not the same house we see in the series. This home still stands today and is located in Pasadena, California. The scene with Ralph at the gas station phone booth was located at 42 Walnut Street in Pasadena, California. You can see the same clock tower in the background at roughly the same angle. The alley where Ralph flies for the first time is another area located in Pasadena, California. The whole flying sequence was a combination of location shooting combined with a snorkel camera traveling down a large-scale miniature alley for the flying background footage. A billboard was placed at the end of the alley where cat stunt double Dennis Matalone performed his now famous crash into the wall. Because the crash was so spectacular, it was featured in the series' opening credits and network bumpers. Here's a look towards the end of the alley and the wall where the billboard hung. This is at the intersection of Miller Alley and Hugus Alley off of Union Street in Pasadena. After Ralph escapes the hospital with Pam, we see the VW Bug driving down a residential street. This is at Aldea Avenue and Kittredge Street in Van Nuys, California. Later on, Ralph almost drives off the road while getting a holograph in the car's mirror. This scene takes place on Placerita Canyon Road in Newhall, California. The Placerita Canyon Road location is close to the Golden Oak Ranch, which is where filming took place next to the covered bridge. Cannell Productions used the same covered bridge location just weeks before when shooting the TV movie Midnight Offerings. Next, we see the convertible driving around a curve, and that curve looks familiar. That's because it's the same curve the school van drove around earlier during the field trip driving scenes. The camera placement is just a little different, making it appear as if it's not the same area. This is Woodley Avenue in Van Nuys, California, and this is what it looks like today. A lot of tree growth has covered the area, making it impossible to see the buildings and freeway that were visible 45 years ago. The Nelson Corey Estate is really the Sisters of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, located at 3431 Waverly Drive, Los Angeles, California. You can see from the current photo, not a whole lot has changed over the last 45 years. This location was seen again just 2 episodes later, and here's Looking at You, Kid. It's the consulate where the stolen gun site is being auctioned off to the highest bidder. The desert location return of the spaceship was again a mix of location shooting, this time at Vasquez Rocks, and a blackout stage on the Paramount lot. And one more bit for you trivia buffs. The smaller model of the Green Guy's spaceship had a dome top not seen on the larger model. You'll never guess what the dome was made of. A sea urchin shell. Tiny holes were drilled into the shell and it was mounted on the small saucer, and it was lit from the underside of the shell to give it a glow effect. Before wrapping up, I want to give a huge thank you to Archives team member MST3 Clay. With sleuthing power worthy of the suit, Clay has tracked down 98% of the locations featured not only in this video, but locations for the entire series that we will reveal in the future. If you enjoyed the information about the filming locations or have any suggestions about what you'd like to see, let us know in the comments below, and if you like the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.